Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to our Sri Lanka webinar series. So we are kicking things off this week with our second installation in the series, which will be focusing today on yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda. And yeah, Sanka, our general manager, is with us, and he's going to be taking us through the presentation. But yeah, please do feel free to ask questions throughout, and we can answer them at the end. If you're having any issues throughout the presentation where you can't hear properly, or things aren't coming up properly on the screen, then just yeah, just write a little question, and I can we can fix it at the time. And yeah, I will hand over to Sanka now.
Thanks, Liv. So thank you very much, everyone, for your time. And then, okay, so this whole presentation began where the need arose, where lots of people just thought of yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda itineraries as where, like you pick a really good hotel and then book them for like 7 nights and let the Ayurvedic doctor decide the whole program of the Sri Lanka stay. So then we kept on thinking, and then we started curating some meditation and yoga experiences, bringing in yoga gurus from different areas. And then we created an experience out of it where we customize after talking to the guests about what they really want. So without further ado, let's just start off. And yes, so this is about a journey of awareness with hummingbirds. So what we are trying to focus is on two things, mind and body. So we are not gonna take this as a thing where we are solely focusing on mind and body at the same time, but we are focusing on the mind first through the itinerary and then the body afterwards. Why we have done this is like because over the years we have found out that once you treat the problems of the mind first, then once you go towards the physical body part where you're going to treat the body, the mind really helps as well. So what we are going to do is first we're going to treat the mind and then move on to the body. So how we are going to do this is what we are going to learn today during the presentation. So just to give you a brief summary of how we do this is because when it comes to treating the mind, we take you and your guests to different places like forest monasteries and then ancient temples where the yoga gurus use the vibe of that area and then do the meditation and yoga. So you will understand that once we are going on into different slides that yoga and meditation are two completely different things, of course, but two very contrasting things as well. So more coming up a little while later. So something I read, actually, I thought I would just put it here. Health is not just the absence of disease in your body. It is a sound mind in a sound body. So I think it summarizes everything that we are trying to achieve. So just because you don't have a disease doesn't mean you're happy and then your mind is happy. So yeah. So being mindful. So this is one of the very famous concepts that we use in creating itineraries. It's not just about sending our guests to say Santani or Haritha Vilas or tea trails and letting them just wander off. So we are trying to focus on specific areas where specific times. In the morning, we are doing walking tours actually. So sometimes it could be a silent walk, or sometimes it could be a walk with a naturalist or a healer or a yoga guru. So why I'm giving all these different people's names are because there is no one fixed itinerary for yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda. So it's all about each and every individual. So everything is customized. I mean, like we can give you an idea about an itinerary, but apart from that, everything is about the client's body type, what kind of stress level he or she is going through. So yes, so eating mindfully. So this is a good concept that we focus on. So most of the time in your life, you might have understood that sometimes you keep on eating, and your tummy doesn't fill up. So that is because you're not eating the correct food. So how this is applicable is because every human being in this world, their bodies are being broken into three main areas. That is Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So these are Sanskrit names, and then Vata gets broken down into Vata, Pitta, Vata, Kapha. So it's like a subcategory. So what we are trying to do with the Ayurvedic doctor at the beginning of the journey is try to identify what type of a body category that you are having. So sometimes in your life you might have had instances where you eat a very small amount and then suddenly you're full. So that is because without knowing, you ate the correct amount of food and then the correct type of food that your body requires. So what we are trying to do here is like identify your body type and then the food that you really need to eat. So therefore you don't have to keep on eating all the junk food or like unnecessarily, so that you know exactly what to eat, what type of food you need is needed, so that you can eat less and then cut down on your weight as well, and then make sure that your body is happy with the food that you eat. Because once we go on in the presentation, you will understand that we have a treatment called Panchakarma. So Panchakarma is all about removing all the toxins from your body. So from everywhere we are removing all the toxins from your body. So these toxins are a part of what we eat, what we drink. So I mean, like every time we eat something unhealthy, that is toxin that is being put into your body. So we have treatments that takes away everything. But what we are trying to do is like, of course, we will do a treatment and then take away the toxins, but we are trying to understand why this unnecessary food is going into your body and then how to stop it. Okay, so these are the three main areas that we'll be talking today. Meditation, a way to cure the mind. Yoga, a way to maintain your body's health. Ayurveda, preventive and curative treatments to maintain your body from the inside. So why I said earlier that meditation and yoga are two contrasting things is because when it comes to meditation, so meditation and Buddhism goes hand in hand. So some of you might know Buddhism is not a religion, it's a way of life. So in meditation, what the person who is meditating is trying to achieve is he or she is not focusing on the body. So they are focusing solely on the mind and trying to improve your state of mind by letting go of things. So if I go into a little bit of detail as to what I just said, so materialistic things can be, how should I say this? So it can never fulfill you. So today you have a small bicycle. So then you see a bike that goes on and then you want a bike. Then you see a car going on, you want a car. Then you have a car, you want a Jeep. You have a Jeep, now you want a Range Rover. So these needs are never ending. So once we achieve one need and we think, oh my God, I'm fulfilled. No, you're not. You want another need, another need, another need. So through meditation, what we are trying to understand is that these needs are just superficial things that are there. So identifying that what is really going on is inside you. It's not what is going on outside of you. So simple example. So every time you must be driving to work and then sometimes somebody might cut you off and then you get upset, right? So that is you reacting to somebody else. But imagine, okay, so since everybody is talking in English here, I will say you have an unknown stranger who comes at you and then he just talks in Japanese or French. And then you have no idea what he or she is saying, but in truth, he or she is scolding you. Imagine another person coming and telling exactly the same thing, but in English. Then you understand, then you get upset. Why is this person scolding me? What have I done? Then your mind starts to rationalize, no, this is not me, he is wrong. So it is not about what that person said, it's about what we took in. So if we know how to shield ourselves from what is happening on the outside world, then of course we will not be affected by that. And that is exactly what we are trying to achieve in meditation. So I mean, like, it's just we are just scratching the surface here, and then meditation is like you can spend your entire life meditating, and then you can have so many other things that you have to achieve. So that being said, yoga is all about the opposite. So yoga, while we are doing yoga, we are focusing on ways to make sure that our body stays in shape. Our body can survive for a long time. So we are focusing our entire energy into yoga. So why I'm like taking so much time and explaining these two things to you is because if somebody who is like really into meditation comes in, and then if you start focusing your attention on like yoga places, and then these are the good yoga places in Sri Lanka, then he or she might understand that this is not what I'm looking at. I do not want to achieve some great things with my body. It's my mind that I need to understand. So therefore, there are different places that we take our guests for meditation, different places that we take our guests for yoga. So that is why we say these are two contrastingly different things. So, but still, sometimes we have properties where they do yoga in the morning at around 6 o'clock. Then at 7 o'clock, they do meditation. So it goes hand in hand. But like I said before, it's all about what you want to achieve in life. We can't say, no, doing yoga is really bad. You have to focus on meditation. There is no one correct answer. It's all about what you and I and our clients really want. And then we can focus what kind of an itinerary they require. Okay, so Ayurveda. So Ayurveda is the method where we cure the things that we have done wrong in our life. So what I mean by that is because imagine you have done yoga wrong. So then your body is in pain, and then you have done some poses really wrong, and then your spine is affected, and then you have done meditation wrong, and then you have gone down a wrong path because of a wrong meditation guru, and then you're suffering, and then you're stressed out. So when these things happen, when you do things wrong in meditation, when you do things wrong in yoga, or when you do things wrong in your normal life without doing meditation and yoga, then we turn towards Ayurveda. So in Ayurveda, what happens is we take the medicines. So the medicines in the good old days, all the medicines came from trees, the leaves, the roots. So it was 100% pure. But now we have identified locations where they follow the real Ayurvedic practices. It's not about creating an alternative for this type of trees root. So these places, they are focusing exclusively on getting the real products. So therefore, that's why we say if somebody really wants to spend their money and then do a good Ayurvedic retreat, there are a few places that we can recommend. Okay, so these are the places in Sri Lanka that we can recommend for yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda. So we can't say, okay, 4 nights at Samtani, 4 nights at Haditha, 3 nights at Ulpata. So like I said, it all depends on what you are looking for. But if you have a client where they are solely looking on luxury, so I want to do yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda in a very luxurious environment, then definitely we have 2 places like that, Samtani and Haritavilas. Unfortunately, we do not have a beach destination which is at this 5-star luxury level. We do have properties, but we can't talk about it at the same breath as Samtani and Harita. And the next category is close to nature boutiques. So what I mean by close to nature boutiques is there are people who wants to reconnect with nature. So that is their way of purifying their body and their mind. They want to let go of everything. So the concept of detox came in. So no phones, no electric items, and then you are going into a village, no connections with the outside world. So that is the type of property that Ulpota is all about. And Candy Samadhi Center as well. Some I would say is in the city, but still the concept is a little similar. So that's why I put it there. So we will go into more details about each one of these properties and have a look at one or two pictures of the places as well. And then we have this concept of surf and yoga, which is very famous. So this is not about the holistic approach of, like if somebody really wants to do meditation, if somebody really wants to do Ayurveda, no, this is not for them. This is for the surfers who are interested in doing yoga as well. So you might have got so many inquiries where the clients say, oh, I want to go to Sri Lanka to surf, and then I want to do yoga as well. So that is their scope, and that is where they would stop. So we have several places, and during the presentation, I would show you some backpacker locations as well, which you and I can't promote because they are like $30, $40 places where, like it doesn't make sense for them to work with DMC. So if somebody really wants to go and stay at one of these places, we say, we will take care of the rest. You just book that place directly because you'll be getting a better deal. So why we are doing that is because some of the clients who stay at very high-end properties, they have the need to go into the backpacker community and then mingle with them and live like a backpacker and engage in surf and yoga. Very limited, but still we do get inquiries like that. So for them, I will show you what type of properties that you can recommend to your clients. Then we have the mid-range. So as you know, at Hummingbird, we are not just focusing on the luxury and the ultra luxury. We do have a mid-range market as well. So for those clients, we do have these properties. Once again, I will talk about these in detail. And yes, okay. So this is Santani, without a doubt, the best luxury wellness property that we have in Sri Lanka. So if you have a client who's saying, I want the best of the best, one place, 7, 14, 21 nights, I want to do something different, this is the place. So this is an adults only property, no kids are allowed, and then they have 16 mountain view chalets. So the view that you see is what the view is going to be from your chalet as well. So the concept is very minimalistic. So I was just having a chat with the owner the other day, and then he was saying why he's not having a lot of flowers here, and then why he's not having colors. So what he said was his concept is he doesn't want colors to distract the mind. So imagine you're looking out into a mountain range like this from your room, and then there are these beautiful red color or yellow color flowers, and then your mind gets focused on that flower. Why he's not having those colors is because he wants his visitors, his guests, to have a mind where they look out. When they look out, the eyes just keep on rolling and rolling and rolling, because it's all about green. It's all about shades of green and then black. So therefore, it is a way of healing without us knowing as well. So there are some basic underlying principles there. I mean, like if you want, I can explain later, and then if you want now, I can explain as well. So here the good thing is like amazing food. I mean, like if we ever gave one of the properties a Michelin star, then it should be for Santani, plus another couple of hotels as well. It is really good. So fine dining at its best here. So all the meals are personally curated by the executive chef. So what will happen is like when your guests arrive, the Ayurvedic doctor and then the executive chef will be there at the check-in time, and then they will have a chat with the clients. So they will have a chat. So I mean, like at that moment, the chef will only get an idea about what the client really wants. And then after that, the chef will have a chat with the Ayurvedic doctor after the consultation happens. And then they will talk among themselves as to, what the dietary plan should be for your guests. Okay, so this is Haritha Villas. So this is like 10 to 15 minutes away from the beach. It is not on the beach, it's inland. And it is in a town called Hikkaduwa, which is close to Port. So if somebody wants to do 7 nights in one location and 7 nights wellness treatment in another location, then Santani and Haritha would be the ideal twin centers that we can use. Here, it's more of a modern concept that they have. Contemporary villas. So the picture that you see is one of the 7 contemporary villas that they have. So as you can see from that area of the bed, two sides of the walls open up. So the bedroom opens up into the lounge. Every contemporary villa has a private plunge pool, very private, lots of nature around you. And then only couples are allowed in the contemporary villas, no additional beds or no kids allowed. And they have two colonial mansions where we can put in one mansion 5 people and then in the other 6 people. So if you have families traveling together, these colonial mansions would be the ideal places to be. The two colonial mansions do not have private plunge pools, but a shared large pool for the two mansions. Okay, so this is Ulputta. So this is the type of place that somebody would either love it or don't love it at all, because we have to be very careful when promoting this property, because there is no electricity for one on purpose, because they want to recreate the 1800s village concept where back to nature, you're with nature only, nothing out of the ordinary. And then the rooms are not air conditioned, therefore. And then phones, I mean, like there is one power socket in the main house, but you will not have power sockets in your rooms. And then the rooms don't have fans as well, but mosquito nets are available. So this is one type of a room that you have. So as you can imagine, you have to row and take a small boat to go into this hut. So I will show you a picture of somebody rowing, which is beautiful at the end. So then they have mud huts as well, and it is purely vegetarian. No meat is provided here, and all the food that they eat is from the entire property. So the property is huge, and there is a small lake inside the property as well. And then the good thing about Ulputta is it is open only for 6 to 7 months of the year. So their concept is for the rest of the 5 to 6 months, they are letting the nature take over the property. So they are, I mean, like it is a beautiful concept because the nature will remove all the human footprints that had happened, and then it is virgin once again. And then the villagers are the people who will be working there. And then when it comes to Ayurveda, yoga and meditation, they focus a lot on yoga and meditation. And sometimes they bring yoga gurus from different parts of the world, the best of the best. And then these yoga gurus stay for like 1 or 2 months. Then they leave and another yoga guru comes in. So it is a beautiful concept that they have. Very different, but beautiful concept that they have. Okay, so this is Sama, a new property opening up next month. So this is one of the sister properties of Santani, and even though Santani we say is at 5-star level, we wouldn't be talking about this property at the same breath, because I had a chat with the management as well. And as per them, they would say if Santani is 5-star, this would be somewhere around 4-star plus. And the concept is different. It's tropical modernism kind of a concept that they have. Very old colonial mansions type of a vibe they would have. Ask me if you want to see more pictures. I mean, like I didn't want to put like 10, 15 small pictures into one slide so that the whole effect will be gone, but there are more pictures of the property. Let me know if you need them. And for architectural wise, many people say that this is a Baba-like property. So if you have seen Lunuganga, if you have seen number 11 in Colombo, so this is something similar architecture to that. Okay, so one of my favorite places in Sri Lanka, Kandy Samadhi Center. So once again, this is a close to nature property. Here, the food is minimalistic. I mean, like you don't get really good lamb or pork from different parts of the world. Nothing like that. It's all local grown food that they have. Meat items are provided here. And the beautiful, unique selling point of this place is the architecture. How the architecture of the property mixes with the nature. So as you can see from the left hand side of the picture, the bathtub is open to nature, fully private because the property is huge, and then this is on top of a mountain, lots of privacy. And then most of these items that had been used to create this beautiful hotel are antiques. I mean, like some of them are like 200 years old, and then because of that, we have to make sure that we inform the clients that some of these bathtubs are very clean, but they are antique. So there could be like scratches here and there, and then it adds value to the product as well. So as you can see from this mountain picture, if you see, look at the columns, they are not fully 100% painted because these are like 100-year-old pillars taken from different parts of the world, and then it adds character to the place. So this is the type of product that Candy Samadhi Center is. And then here they provide one of the purest of Ayurvedic treatments. So I mean, like so pure, I haven't seen any other place where they do more purer than this. So it is like they use a lot of authentic oil, lots of leaves from the forest that is surrounding them. An amazing place to be. Okay, so these are the modern properties that we have, full of luxury. And if somebody wants a beach stay with Ayurveda, then of course we can go for these places. So Cape Veligama, Amanvella, and Anantara Tangor. Anantara Tangor, being a large resort, has the largest Ayurvedic and spa center. And then, as you know, Cape Veligama, a Reliance Chateau property where the concept is that of a garden. So you have a garden, and then there is a large pool in the garden, and then there are 2 villas or 3 villas or 4 villas. The concept is really nice because if you are a family traveling together or friends traveling together, you can take out an entire garden where you have your large outdoor pool, and then you have your private villa scattered around, and then you have complete privacy inside the garden for you as well. Aman, of course, all the rooms have private plunge pools. So they were thinking of putting up a new spa, but it didn't come through. So the spa treatments are done in, they have a spa center at the moment. And Anantara Tangor, like I said, really good spa rooms that they have. Okay, so now we will look at some of the mid-range retreats and hotels and Ayurvedic centers that we have in Sri Lanka. So when we say mid-range, this is somewhere between $200 to $400 a night, that type of mid-range that we are talking about at these hotels. So once you put in the Ayurvedic packages, the price could go up, but I was just talking about double PP rates. So Ruggala is located in Kandy. So Ruggala, even though we say Kandy, it is like 1 hour away from Kandy. Amazing views of the mountains, and then close to the Victoria Golf Club as well. If somebody is looking at a place to do yoga, and if they are avid fans of playing golf, then of course this could be a really good place. But like I said, this is not a luxury property, a mid-range one. Then we have Jepin Ayurveda Pavilions, which is in Negombo, not on the beach, on the land side. They have different room categories. These properties are good because for a range of market where they don't have the lavish budgets, these products work really well because they have their own in-house Ayurvedic doctors. Therapists are in-house, really good, well-trained, and these places have been operating for so many, like years, sometimes even decades. And then we know that they do the standard service that is required out of them. If somebody is interested in staying on the beach and doing Ayurveda and yoga and meditation, Hilton's Ayurveda would be the place. So this was earlier called the Hilton's Ayurveda Mahagedera. So they took out the Mahagedera, and now it's just Hilton's Ayurveda, large resort. Another one is Ayuri Valigama. So this property is, I mean, like you might have heard of Alia Resort and Spa in Sigiriya. So this is under the same brand, the sister property of Alia. This is down in Valigama. So very close to Cape Valigama as well. So from Cape Valigama restaurant, you can see this property. And it is on the beach, an all-inclusive Ayurvedic product that they have. And then the Ayurveda Valigama sister property in the cultural triangle. Apart from Alia Sigiriya, we have a dedicated Ayurvedic product called Ayurveda Sigiriya Retreat. Beautiful product in the 4-star range. And then we have Jetwin Lagoon. So we talked about Jetwin Ayurveda Pavilion, which is 100% focused on Ayurveda only. And Jetwin Lagoon is a mix of leisure and Ayurveda and spa. So they have spa treatments as well, but we are not talking about that during this presentation. So at Jetwin Lagoon, you can do the 7 nights, 14 nights, 21 nights Ayurvedic programs, and then yoga and meditation as well. So this is another unique property that we have close to Anuradhapura. This is not located inside the city of Anuradhapura, a little bit further away. And this is not for Ayurveda, it is only for yoga and meditation. One of the best places that we have in the island for meditation, actually, because the entire property is a recreation of the ancient kingdom of Anuradhapura. So, like I said earlier with Santani, here there are no lavish colors, and they have used a lot of rock and a lot of cement, but they have created it in such a way that it doesn't look like cement blocks. And on the east coast, we have Malu Malu, again a sister property of Alia, and then the Ayurveda, Valigama, and Sigiriya, the products that we looked at. And yes, this is in Pasikuda actually, on the good side of the beach. So why I say is the good side of the beach is like after Amaya Beach, when you go towards the other side where Anilana Pasikuda used to be, then Sanshyam Pasikuda used to be, the beach is not that great because there is a coral reef, and then pieces of the coral, the reef gets broken out, and then you can't walk into the sea. So this is on the correct side of Pasikuda. And this is once again another 4-star product. Here they have 5-star products like Ugape, then Karpa Sands, 4-star products. But in Pasikuda and in Trincomalee, we don't have 5-star products. So when we say we don't have 5-star products, I'm comparing with the likes of Ceylon Tea Trails, the Amans, the Cape Valigama. So based on that, we don't have a similar category product in the East Coast. So the best one that we have in Pasikuda would be Ugape, and then in Trincomalee, it would be Jungle Beach. So if we say Jungle Ugape is like 4.5 star, then this should be a 4-star to 3.5 stars. Then once again, another sister property of Alia and Malu Malu, Tea and Experience Factory. So this is located in the hills. So I'm not sure whether any of you have heard the city it is located in. It's called Mandaram Nuwara. So Mandaram Nuwara is 1.5 hours away from Kandy. This is in between Kandy and Norelia, but towards the eastern side. So the entire mountain range that you see is the tallest mountain range in Sri Lanka, called Pidrutalagar. So this is the Pidrutalagar mountain range that surrounds the property. Very beautiful, surrounded by, as you can see in the picture, you get tea estates, and beyond you get the mountain ranges, and then you get a heated pool outdoor, and then you get some nicely done rooms. And then their top floor is for Ayurveda, yoga, and meditation. So this is an actual working tea factory. So if you want to do a round tour with different locations, like touching on different aspects of Sri Lanka, then you can use this Tea and Experience Factory, where this is an actual working tea factory where you can send the clients here for a couple of nights where they would be staying inside a tea factory. Okay, So this is the last property that I'll be talking to you about. So it is called Amuna. Amuna is managed by Amaya, but the whole property is under renovation. I think they went down under during COVID. I mean, they didn't close the whole place down, but they are waiting until the business picks up so that they can start it back up. A beautiful local village concept that they have here as well. Okay, so I told you earlier that I will talk to you a little bit about the backpacker destinations that we have. Sometimes your clients might ask about it. So I'll start right in. So the backpacker destination, I mean, like the yoga and surf destinations are very famous down south, starting from Goa, going all the way until Tangor. So if somebody asks you what are the best places for surfing, number one would be Hirikatia, and then number two would be Tangol, then we have Ahangama, then we have Valigama. So those are the four main places. Once again, Hirikatia, Tangol, Valigama, and Ahangama. So these are like the surf hubs, and then most of the people who are looking for surf and yoga would want to come and stay in these places. So the surf season for the south coast would be from November to April, and then from May to October you have to go towards the eastern side of the country, which is at Arugam Bay. This is another property called Kima Surf Camp. As you can see, very basic properties, not a lot of privacy because the rooms are very close to each other, but for backpackers these are really good places that we have. Another one is Soul and Surf. It is in Ahangama. The final one is Tekanda Lodge, which is in Ahangama as well. This is on the land side actually, a little Bali type of a product that we have. Okay, so now let's look at a couple of like 2 to 3 itineraries that we can do with yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda. I said we can't create like itineraries for everyone, but these are general ones. So if your clients ask you, so just give me an itinerary where I can have a look at what Sri Lanka has to offer, then these could be something. This is in the deluxe category, not the very high-end 5-star range. So this would be somewhere around 4-star to 4-star class. So we can do 3 nights in Forest Rock Garden and 4 nights in Candy Samadhi Center. So you remember the concept that I told you earlier. So we are focusing on the mind first, and then we are going into the body. So the first 3 days, we are going into a couple of forest monasteries. One is called Kaludiya Pokuna, and then the other one is called Ritigala. And then we are focusing on clearing our blocks in the mind. So the Kaludiya Pokuna meditation is being done by a hermit monk. I will talk about these forest monasteries in detail in a separate slide. And then you move on to the Candy Samadhi Center that we saw earlier for the wellness treatment. So if you want to include certain activities like donating food and clothes to monks, so these type of things can be done, and then just talk to me, because I didn't want to make it look like a cultural itinerary by putting all the activities that we can do in certain areas or while we are doing it, because today we are just focusing on yoga, meditation, and Ayurveda. Okay, so a little longer. So earlier one was for 7 nights, and this one is for 14 nights, and this one is a luxury itinerary. So here what we are doing is 7 nights at Ulagalla and 7 nights at Santani. So while we are at Ulagalla, we are focusing on the meditation part, a little longer than what we did at for the 7 nights. So the longer that we have for meditation, the better results that we can get. Because see, the thing is, like when it comes to meditation, if you are a pro, then of course you can understand certain concepts really fast. But if you are new to meditation and if you have done only a little bit of meditation, then understanding what meditation is all about takes time, because the yoga master or the hermit monk first needs to understand you in order to tell you what you need to do, because it's not just about like a set of things that he will just recite for the whole world. He is customizing his product based on your requirements as well. So that connection needs to be made on the first day, and then on the second day they will connect again. So if we have like 7 nights, then the results that you can get out of the meditation sessions would be amazing, because these yoga gurus, they understand a lot about meditation, but they are just not gonna like pour everything out that they know into every customer that they see. So they will take it slow if they understand the client needs more time. But if the client is really good at understanding things, then they will keep on going at a good steady pace. Then once again, you go into the wellness treatments. So the good thing about having 7 nights at Santani is it opens up an array of wellness treatment packages, like the personal dosha Ayurveda retreat, Santani detox, immune boosting detox package. I mean, like, I'm sure that you have heard these packages, because it's like something similar that you would find everywhere else in the world as well. So what I want to say is, if somebody wants to have a good impact on through their retreat, then of course 14 nights and 21 nights would be the ideal time periods that they can go for. Okay, so this is being done at Santani, Hummingbird de-addiction journey. It's not about being addicted to drugs or pills. It could be addicted to food. It could be addicted to medicine or cigarettes or alcohol. So anything that you are addicted to, we can customize a program at Santani. So here it's all about opening up your mind to the possibility that you are addicted. It's not about like keeping you locked up in your room and making sure that you don't see any alcohol or cigarettes. So it's not going to work, because the minute you leave Santani, you're going to go back into the real world. So it's all about enhancing your thought process and then rebalancing your thinking patterns. Okay, so Panchakarma. So this is one of the most famous treatments that we have in Sri Lanka. And this is not only in Sri Lanka, it can be found in different parts of the world as well. So why Panchakarma is very important is because I touched on this subject a little while back, because the more food that we take in, the more drinks that we take in, the alcohol, the cigarettes, everything. So all the toxins get stuck inside our body. Of course, like every day we pass a stool, and then most of it goes away, but the permanent ones stays inside our bodies, right? So what this Panchakarma is doing is resetting your body. So it is cleaning up everything from top to bottom, right? So the 5 treatments of Panchakarma is once again the Sanskrit names, the Vaman, Virechan, Vasti, Nasya, and Rakta Mokshana. So the last one could be a little bit icky, but we don't do all 5 to one person. So like it'll be like a total overdose. What we do is from these 5 treatments, we try to understand what that person really wants. So through vomiting, we are cleansing the body. Through diarrhea, controlled diarrhea, we are cleaning the body, because these are the 2 ways that all the toxins in your body can go out. And then we are doing enema cleaning as well through herbal enemas. And then the oil treatments to your body through the nose. So the body will be treated with oil, and then you will be given some herbal oil to inhale while the body treatments are going on. And then the last one is for leech treatment. So the leech treatment is for actually situations where you have bad blood in your body, like clotted together, and then it's like a wound, and then the bad blood doesn't go out. So then we put the leeches, and then the leeches, I know you're going icky right now, but still that is the treatment that we have. And yeah, so the benefits of Panchakarma, I mean, like these are just simple ones. There is a whole list of benefits. So, like I said, toxins will be removed, purifying your body, boosts immunity, reducing weight, opening up blocked channels. So, how the weight reduction happens is because now you have understood what you need to eat and how much you need to eat, and then you are cleaning your body of all the toxins. And after that, what you're taking in is only the good parts. So, therefore, the body doesn't need to keep on converting the excess food that you eat into fat. Yep. Okay. So these are the two monasteries that we have where we are focusing on treating the mind. So one is called Ritigala Monastery, and then the other one is called Kaludia Popuna. So the Ritigala Monastery is a hike actually. So the picture on the right is Ritigala Monastery. And this is an amazingly beautiful. I mean, like, I can't explain the aura and the vibe that you feel when you're going in there. I mean, like, it's an amazing feeling that you can't explain in words, but I will try my best. So here, both of these locations have been used for meditation for more than 2,000 years. So there is so much good energy here because monks have been meditating for couple of thousands of years, and still we have monks living in these forests and living in these caves and then going down the path of enlightenment. So while you are at Kaludia Popuna, the experience will be hosted by a hermit monk who is going down that same path, and then you will see how monks are living in caves, and then you will have a session with the hermit monk as well. So what you're talking about is very interesting. So I mean, like, I'm just gonna have like another 5 more minutes, and then I will open it up for questions. And why it is important is because, like I said earlier, our requirements, our needs are not fulfilling. Once we complete one requirement, then it keeps on going to the next level, the next level. So here, what we are trying to understand is why that is happening. So how can we make sure that it doesn't keep on happening? Where at the end of your life, in the sense, I mean, like when you are like 55, 60 years, a lot of people turn to religion at that age because some of them turn back and see they haven't done a lot of things in their life. Of course, they've had families, but when you start going down the path of enlightenment and then when you start meditating, you will understand it's only about yourself that you have to, focus. It's not a very selfish thing, but once you start down that road, you will understand what I'm saying, because if not, you will think it's a very selfish thing. You're not focusing on your family. That's where I was when I started meditating as well. But then if you go down that road, you will understand. So the real enemy, so this is a very deep thing that I'm saying. The real enemy is not outside, it is your mind. So I'll repeat it again. The real enemy for you is not anybody who is outside, it is your mind, because your mind is creating all the barriers in front of you. And then if you understand and if you control your mind the correct way, then you can make sure that you can go down the path of enlightenment and then live a very happy and full life. So with that, let me just quickly touch up on some of the hummingbird services that we do. So I've been talking about these during the past presentations as well. So I will quickly glance through. We have our own fleet, and then we have luxury SUVs like Range Rovers, Discovery Force. For families, we do have the Mercedes-Benz Vitos and then the KDH high roof vans. We are using wet itineraries. Those who know about wet itineraries know how interactive that is. We can white label the whole thing where Hummingbird is not mentioned anywhere. We can use your company's logos, company's contact details, so that you can send this link to your clients directly. And then guide training is an integral part of who we are. We're doing guide trainings every 6 months, and then we have guides who can speak languages apart from English, like Spanish, Italian, German, Russian, wide range. Going green, we do not use any single-use plastics. Glass water bottles are being used. And then the final slide for the day about philanthropy. So every tour that you confirm with us, we are keeping a part of that profit for philanthropic requirement. So SOS Children's Village, we are sponsoring kids here, where these are orphan kids who don't have their families and their parents, and then we are sponsoring their food, accommodation, meals, clothing, everything. So thank you guys for booking with us. Because of the money that you give us, we are able to sponsor these kids. If you and your clients want to go a step further, we have some other projects. One is women empowerment, where in certain parts of Sri Lanka, it is still the old way where, like, the woman has to stay at home, take care of the kids, take care of the family. And then we are giving them the chance to be independent and then learn a trade like sewing. And then we are sponsoring their sewing classes. And then we are sponsoring a sewing machine, like if the clients want to go a step further. So yes, onto your left is the picture that I promised at the beginning of Ulpata. So this is how you need to get to your room every day. So it's a bit of a different kind of a thing. So if you are selling that product, you have to be very specific, but one of the amazing places that we have in Sri Lanka. Liv?
Hi. That was amazing. It's just it's so nice to listen to you, Sanka, because I feel like you have such an incredible depth of knowledge on everywhere in Sri Lanka. So yeah, obviously anyone who's a client of ours who has any questions, Sanka just knows everything and knows everyone. So we can organize really anything in Sri Lanka, which is just, yeah, very, very good to have. And yeah, we don't actually have any questions. So I'm hoping that people do, if they think of anything, please do write through to us. But I did want to mention that we're doing an event next week on Thursday. We've been sending out invites over the last couple of weeks, but obviously we do miss people sometimes. So if anyone is available in London next Thursday, please do write through to us, because Sanka is going to be coming to London, as well as some of the other team from Sri Lanka. And the event's going to be focusing on Sri Lanka sort of mainly, but then also Mauritius and Seychelles. We've got a few properties coming from them as well, who'll be representing products from all those 3 destinations. And yeah, it's be a great chance for people to meet Sanka and the team and chat about everything face to face, which obviously is much better than over email and all that sort of stuff. So if you haven't received an invite from us and you are available next Thursday night, afternoon into the evening, then please do write through to me. And if you have any questions in general on the presentation today, then yeah, definitely write through to me. And yeah, I feel like with meditation, it's one of those things where I wish I knew how to do it, but it's definitely something which obviously takes so long, as you said, to get into, but it's such a, top practice in Sri Lanka. Do you feel like you can now clear your mind totally when you meditate, Sanka?
Oh no, I still have my vices. Arak is one, so.
Oh yeah. But
But it's nice to meditate actually. So it just clears your mind in the morning, and then clears your mind for the day actually. So yeah.
Yeah, really good thing to try and learn. Okay, well, still no questions. So I think if anyone did have anything, then you obviously can just write through to me, email me. I can pass on to Sanka, or you can email Sanka directly on his email below. But yeah, so we'll do another one, our third in this Sri Lanka series, we'll do in a few weeks' time. So please look out for the invite for that, and we'll let you know which topic the next one will be on. And we hopefully will see you all very soon. Thanks again, Sanka.
Thank you, Liv. Thanks, everyone.
Have a good day. Bye.